The Midrash Yalkut al Pasuk V'atem Edai Neum Adonai V'Aniel. The Zera Shimshon brings down Parashat Shoftim, the Rush Dalet. He says, there's a pasuk that says, "You are my witnesses." Hashem is telling the Jews, "You are my witnesses, and I am God." You are my witnesses, and I am God. And the pasuk over there, the Midrash says, when you guys will be Hashem's witnesses, when we all the Jews will be the witnesses of God, then Hashem will act as God towards us. But if we will not be the witnesses of Hashem, Hashem will not act as God towards us. That's what the Midrash says. So it's very difficult to understand. What does it mean we have to be Hashem's witness? What does a witness mean? I'm a witness of God. And what does it mean Hashem is not going to be God towards us? Hashem, that's it. I'm not your witness. That's it. Hashem is no longer God. What does that mean? So he brings down Beta'am be'ur midrash zeh nir'eh lomar shebi Yisrael zakaim enai yara'im lo min al-menachashim v'lo min al-kosmim v'lo min al-kashafim. Is there such thing as black magic in the world? That's where we started the shiur. Is there such thing as a black magic in this world?
Yes.
Yes, there is. Will it affect a Jew?
Yeah.
Only if Hashem allows it.
Only if Hashem allows it. Let's see. So, why would Hashem allow it? Why would Hashem not allow it? Is he going to allow it to happen to the Jews or no?
If you're not protected.
How do you get this protection? So we're going to see how you're going to get this protection. Hashem says, when the Jews are doing all the mitzvot in the Torah, they have achdut, unity, they're learning Torah, they're giving tzedakah, they're helping out people, they're building themselves merits. And by doing so, they do not have to be afraid of any black magic, any sorcery, jodugar, whatever you guys call it. They don't have to worry about it. Because they have Hashem's protection. That's what it says. When you guys are my witnesses, witnesses means you guys are doing what I said, right? You're a witness to Hashem. We saw and give the Torah. So by doing the mitzvot, you're building your protection against all the evil forces on you. And it says, V'achi Amrina Perakama Dechulin. Gemara in Chulin says, En od milvado. There is nobody, we say this 3 times a day, Aleinu Shabeach. There's nobody but Hashem. En od milvado. Afilu kishafim. Even the sorcerers. But the question is, the Gemara asks, Ani, is this so? Rabbi Yochanan says, why are they called kishafim? Lama nikro shemo kishafim. Why are the black magic, the sorcerers, why are they called kishafim? So he says, Shemekachashim pamalya shemala. They're able to go into the upper worlds, into Shemaim, and they're able to take a decree. Let's say someone's decreed that he's going to be very healthy, have an amazing life. They're able to take this guy, and they're able to make it that everything's going to go bad into his life. He's not going to have money. He's going to be sick. Not going to have any kids. They're able to change the upper decrees of Shemaim. Even though Hashem said, no, everything's going to be good with this guy. So, but didn't you say Hashem's not going to, it's up to Hashem? Rabbi Yochanan says they're called Kishafim because they're able to go against what it says in Shemaim. So, do they affect us or no? That's the question. So he says, the Gemara answers, Rabbi Chanina was different. Rabbi Chanina was the one that said, En od milvado, and that's coming to tell you, even Kishafim, even sorceries, no one can fight Hashem. So why was Rabbi Chanina able to say that? Because he's Rabbi Chanina. Because he had a lot of merits, a lot of mitzvot. He did a lot. He spread Torah. We have his Torah till this day. So because of his merits, he was able to say, no black magic is going to touch me. No evil forces are able to change up what I already have decreed in heaven. So Nimsa Kishi Israel as a whole, when the Jews as a whole, they're together, be'achdut, doing the mitzvot, learning Torah, yesh lahem zechut arbeh. They built for themselves a lot of merits. And the kishafim en lahem koach. The black magic have no longer any power against them. People could do whatever they want. You can hire these guys from India to do black magic. It's not going to destroy the Jews. Because nikar she'en od milvado. Ubar minan, kishe'en Yisrael zechut, as nikru kishafim. But when the Jews are not following the Torah, they're not doing the right things, they want to mix weddings, mix vacations, not right things, and what's going to happen? Hashem is going to allow the kishafim to ruin. That's what decree, the good stuff that's already decreed on them in Shemaim. And he says, that's what it means, kishatem edai. When you're my witnesses, you're doing my mitzvah properly, you're following my Torah, then aniel, then I'm going to act towards you like I'm Hashem. I'm going to protect you. I'm going to give you this divine protection. Ve'atam al zeh, lefi shekol atzman shem hakadorim v'aklipot. Now, why is it that the Keshafim cannot fight against Hashem? Cannot fight against when the Jews are connected to Hashem? Why can't they still take down the Jews? What's the mechanics behind the whole entire thing? So he explains, based on like Kabbalah, he says, these klipot, these evil forces, they only are able to connect, they're only able to get their life force, right? Everything gets a life force from Hashem. It's impossible to be in this world. This table cannot be here unless it is a direct life force to Hashem, from Shemayim. So where do these evil forces, the black magic, where do they get their force from? They don't get it directly from Hashem. They get it from the side. All the way from like a back door, they get the holiness, they take from that holiness, and they steal it and they use for the dark side. Whatever they do with the things. So they only get their power from the back of Hashem. But when we are doing Hashem's mitzvah properly, it says in the Pasuk, Be'or Pnei Melech, you're in the face of the king. You have the direct Shekhinah always with you. That's why it says Tzaddik, you could see the Shekhinah with him. Because when you're doing the mitzvot properly and you're acting in Hashem's ways, Hashem says, I'm directly connected to you. The Shekhinah is looking at the front of panim to you. So you have the Kiddusha directly from Hashem. So when you're connected directly from Hashem, could the Keshafim, could the black magic sorcerers, could they attack someone from the front? No, because where do they get their power? From the back of the holiness. So that's why, that's the mechanics behind why they're not able to touch us when we're doing the mitzvot. Vezeu shamar kodesh baruch hu LaAvraham. And he finds the hint to this in Parashat, in Sefer Bereshit, when Hashem said to Avraham, he said, walk in front of me. What does it mean, walk in front of me? He says, Hitalech lefanai ve'yeh tamim. Walk before me and be perfect. Tamim. So Nikra Tamim, ki dichtiv Tamim tiyeh im Adonai Elohecha. Hashem told everybody, he said, be Tamim, be perfect in front of me. Samichli, right next to that, right next to Hashem saying, be perfect in front of us, Hashem says, and the Goyim, they believe into the Mazalot, the constellations, they go to these people, they say, what's my fortune teller? That's what they're called, fortune tellers. What's my fortune? I don't know what it is, yeah? How do you predict my future? What's going to happen to me? That's only by the Goyim. By the Goyim, they have all of this. But Hashem says, V'ata loken. For the Jews, this is not how it works. Because by walking in front of me, by being tamim and perfect in front of me, you don't have to fear any of this. And this is Rabbi Akiva said, because when we do the mitzvot, when we purify ourselves for Hashem, and we follow His ways, Hashem says you're zocheh to the direct countenance of Hashem. What's the countenance of Hashem? Your life is going to be happy. You're going to have this radiance. You know, certain people you see like this radiance off them. You go to like big rabbis, you know, like Rabbi Derek, you see him like this light coming off of him. How do you get that? Because you're connected to the Shekhinah. And he brings from the letters, he says a kuf and a resh, right? Goes the alphabet, goes tzadi, kuf, resh. The face of the kuf is facing away from the resh. Kuf is spelled like this, circle, and a line, right? The next letter is a resh. So the resh is facing towards the kuf, but the kuf is facing the opposite way. What is the kuf the symbolization of?
Tzaddik.
A what?
A tzaddik.
Kedusha, holiness, yeah, tzaddik. It's the symbolization of Kedusha. What's resh? Rasha. Bad, ra, evil. So Hashem says, I don't have my face, is not going to be connected to people who are evil. So that's why Hashem says, when you're going to do my mitzvot, I'm going to be connected to you. And the same...
The kuf is facing the tzaddik.
The what?
Tzaddik. Tzaddik kuf resh? No?
No. We're talking about the kuf and the resh. We're focusing on those letters.
Yeah, but the kuf is facing the tzaddik. No?
Oh, wow. Chiddush, wow. You already saying? I don't know if this is right, but the kuf is facing... No, I didn't know that. Oh. The kuf is facing... He doesn't say that. The kuf is facing the tzaddik, and he's away from the rasha.
How was the kuf?
Kuf is Kedusha, holiness. The holiness of Hashem.
Kedusha is facing. Just what he was saying.
Wow, I didn't see that. Nice.
Oh, I thought that was part of the whole thing.
No. It says kuf and resh here. I accidentally said tzaddik just to say the order.
That's Damot's.
There's no accidents.
Yeah.
Kiddushim Damot.
So en ani yachol leistakeh Rasha. Hashem says I can't look at the Rasha. Rather, I'm going to be facing the tzaddik. And this is also the Chavot Levavot in Shar Bitachon brings the same thing down by Bitachon. He says this is literally mamash in the beginning of Shar Bitachon. He says, what's the first spiritual benefit of Bitachon? The first thing is menuchat nafsho. What's the definition of menuchat nafsho? How would you define it?
Calmness of the soul. I don't know.
Calmness of the soul, serenity, no anger. You're just going to be calm and focusing on what you have to do. But he says, you have to have the same exact trust as a servant to the master. Whatever the master tells the servant, say he's doing it. The servant doesn't ask, do you want this? Are you sure? No, he does what the master says. And the master is there taking care of him. So the same way we are the servants to the master, we have to be to Hashem. But Hashem says, if you're not going to trust in me, and you're going to go trust some other person, let's say you're trying to get your kid to yeshiva, and you know one of the rabbis that works there. So you say, you don't even daven so much, because the rabbi's there, my son's going to get in, it's fine. Or let's say you're working, and you have a father that's very rich. So you're not going to daven so hard for parnasa, because you know my father, if anything, I just go up to him asking for money, he's going to give me money. So Hashem says, the less you're going to trust in me, the less I'm going to put into you. You think other people could help you? I'm going to let those other people help you. Let's see how far they get you. Next thing you know, your son is getting to yeshiva, the rabbi didn't try so hard, your father lost all his money, chas v'shalom, you don't have all your connections anymore, and Hashem says, who are you trusting now? The only person you can trust is Hashem. So the same thing we find by kishafim, by black magic. Hashem says, when you're perfect with me, I'm going to protect you. Hashem says the same thing by bitachon. When you trust in me, I'm going to be there for you. I'm going to be God. When you're my witnesses, Ani El, I will be Hashem. I will be there for you. But when you trust even in your own smarts, people think, I'm smart. I'm going to make it far in life. Then what happens? Nothing doing. People get college degrees. Next thing you know, they don't have any money. The famous pasuk in college, Shlomo Melech said, once more I saw under the sun, the race is not won by the fastest person. The battle is not won by the strongest person either. Nor does money go to the smartest. Rather, we say every day in benching, there could be lions, people who are much stronger than you, bigger than you. They could be starving. Lions could go days without eating. If they don't get food, they don't get food. But the people who seek after Hashem will lack no good. Because when you look after Hashem, you say, I want to imitate the ways of Hashem, I want to follow His commandments and do what's right, then Hashem is going to be there for you, and you're going to be able to put your full bitachon on Him, and He's going to be there and give you everything you need. So we're at Hashem, we're going to be able to fully trust in Hashem, we're going to do His mitzvah properly, no evil forces are going to be able to attack us, give tzedakah properly, like we mentioned in the other, different video, but in the beginning of the shiur, that by giving the tzedakah properly, we're able to filter our money and cause it to take away the impurity, negativity of Cain. And by doing all this, we have a life of menuchat nafsho, of serenity. Baruch Adonai Olam, amen.